What's going on, y'all? TheBrandonBrownson here. Based on the towel rack in the background, I'm sure you can tell I'm at the bathroom at work. Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? So it's been a little while since I made a professional wrestling video, solely because I didn't really know what to make going on. However, WWE.com recently released their top 15 wrestlers who they would like to see come back for one more match. And I looked at it, and I had some commentary to make on it, so I got the list written down right here. We're gonna run through it. Number 15, Scott Steiner. I mean, he's capable of wrestling one more match. I personally don't know how much I'd like to see it, but yeah, I guess he's fully capable, so why not? Number 14 is Papa Shango. Really? Really? Who wants to see that? Who in the world wants to see that? I don't want to see that. None of my wrestling friends want to see that. In fact, we usually just talk shit about how bad Papa Shango was. I don't know. Just no. Number 13, Trish Stratus. Now, I have no issue with Trish being on the list. It's how low on the list she is. I would love to see Trish Stratus come back. And considering some of the people who ranked higher than her, I take offense to the fact that she's as low on the list as she is. Speaking of people who had no right being higher than Trish Stratus, number 12 is Steve Blackman. Were there any Steve Blackman fans? Did anyone actually like Steve Blackman? I always thought that he was extremely bland, like his entire gimmick came from the kendo sticks, or those two little sticks that he had. I thought that he was always extremely boring. I thought he was a mediocre wrestler. I mean, sure, if he came back for one more match, that'd be kind of cool, but I wouldn't put him on my top 15 or anything like that. Number 11, the Dudley Boys. Once again, my only issue is that they should be way higher up on the list. I would love to see the Dudley Boys come back for one more match in the WWE. I don't really know who I would put them up against. Yes, I do. The Usos. Dudley Boys versus Usos, that would be a phenomenal match. Again, my only issue here is that they should be up way higher on this list. Number 10, JBL. Now, this is one I'm perfectly okay with. I'd like to see JBL come back for one more feud. But it's nothing that I get, like, unbelievably pumped about, so number 10 is a good spot for that. Number 9, Michelle McCool. Now, Michelle McCool is an okay wrestler, and she's still young enough to where she could come back for one more match and do a really good job. The fact that she's higher up than Trish Stratus, I think, is entirely because she's The Undertaker's wife. Number 8. And this is the first one I have a major issue with. Mr. McMahon. Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon is 68 years old. Who wants to see him get in the ring at this age? Now, back when he was younger, the thing with Vince is that he only got in the ring when it actually meant something. Which is why I kind of understand that he'd be on this list. When Vince McMahon got in the wrestling ring, you knew shit was about to get real, and you knew that this match meant something. But he's 68 fucking years old. At 68 years old, I don't care who it is, they should not be in the ring. Bruno Sammartino should not be in the ring at 68 years old. Bob Backlund should not be in the ring at 68 years old. Ric Flair should not be back in the ring at 68 years old. And all three of these guys are actual wrestlers. Vince McMahon was never a wrestler. So, at 68 years old, he is right out. If he was going to be on this list, he should have been way, way, way lower. Number 7, Kurt Angle. Now, I thought for a while that he should have been higher up on the list, but then I also got to thinking about his track record of injuries as of late, so I think that number 7 is a really good spot for him. I would love to see Kurt Angle get back in the WWE ring one more time. I would love to see him face someone like a Daniel Bryan or a Seth Rollins or someone like that, someone who's known for being a little bit more technical and hard-hitting. But again, with his injuries and his personal life, I understand why he isn't top 5. Number 6, and this one really pissed me off, Hulk Hogan. Now, I have the same issues with Hulk Hogan that I have with Vince McMahon being on this list. Hulk Hogan's ancient. He's had, what, 2 hip replacements by now, knee replacements. He has no right being in the ring. And the main reason why I have issue with him being on this list is because TNA showed us that. TNA showed us that Hulk Hogan's days in the ring are done. They're gone. They need to never happen again. I never want to see Hulk Hogan wrestling again. Number 5 is Shane McMahon. Now, Shane McMahon has the same issue as Vince McMahon in that he was never a wrestler. He was a behind-the-scenes guy. But I genuinely enjoyed Shane McMahon's matches. However, a huge chunk of that was he was a daredevil. He was really fun to watch in a hardcore setting, and I feel like now, considering how he's in, like, what, his 40s, he wouldn't really be able to do the same shit in the ring that he used to be able to do. So, no, I really don't want to see Shane McMahon back in the ring. Number 4, and by the way, the rest of these are people who I agree with to some extent or another being on the list. Number 4 is Shawn Michaels, and I'd like to see Shawn wrestle one more match, but I also appreciate the fact that Shawn Michaels' retirement was his retirement. You see it all the time on the independent circuit. A wrestler retires, and then comes back, and then retires, and then comes back. Terry Funk syndrome. And Shawn Michaels has stuck to his guns. He retired, and he stayed retired. And I respect that, but at the same token, yes, I would totally love to see him come back for one more match. Especially against Daniel Bryan, since after the Hell in a Cell debacle, they have some unfinished business. Number 3 is Goldberg. Now, personally, I would have put him lower on the list, but yeah, I'd like to see Goldberg come back for one more match. The guy was an asshole, and he wasn't the best in the ring, but Goldberg got you excited, and I'd like to see that. Hell, if anything, what I'd kind of like to see, I'd like to see a Brock Lesnar-Goldberg rematch, kind of give them a second chance. Because at WrestleMania 20, they were both leaving, neither of them gave a shit about that match. So I'd kind of like to see them try it one more time, because I think in the right scenario, that would be a really, really good match. And I understand I'm probably going to get some hate for that comment, but oh well, that's how I feel. Speaking of that match, number 2 is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, if Austin's health was in the right place, and he had the right opponent with the right build, Stone Cold Steve Austin coming back for one more match would arguably be the biggest thing to happen in professional wrestling in years. Kind of like what happened when The Rock came back, but I'd like to think that they've learned from their mistakes and they do it right. They wouldn't put the title on him, they wouldn't draw out a feud for fucking 3 years for only like 2 matches, 3 matches, whatever it was. I'd like to see Austin come back. I don't see it happening. He seems really happy with his retirement. I have no idea what his health is like. He's actually doing really cool things now, but as a huge mark for Stone Cold, I'd like to see it. And number 1 on this list, which I think is kind of stupid because he's still kind of an active member of the roster, The Undertaker. I would like to see Undertaker versus Sting. The issue is with how poor of a performance The Undertaker put on at this past WrestleMania. I don't know if it'd be a good idea. I mean, I understand that The Undertaker did get a concussion in the middle of the match, and that did play a role in how bad the match was. But is it really worth putting his health on the line like that? The Undertaker the past few years has been extremely injury prone. And I don't know if it'd be worth it. I'd like to see it, you know, as a fan, as selfish as it might be. I would love to see The Undertaker go up against Sting and have that wrap up both of their careers. But in a logical standpoint, I don't really know if that'd be possible. But I definitely agree with that being number one on the list. Now, before I wrap up this video, I would like to just add 4 names who should have been on this list. Perry Saturn. Here's a guy who can honestly still work. Sure, he hasn't been relevant in a really, really long time, and not a lot of WWE fans might know who he is because he was never really handled the best in WWE. But I would like to see the last remaining active member of the Radicals come back for one more match. Lance Storm, I would love to see him get one more match, solely because he is a technical genius, and I think that a Lance Storm Daniel Bryan match would tear the house down. X-Pac. X-Pac is a guy who I know can still work. I've seen a few of the independent matches he's had over the past few years, and he's still really, really good. And the New Age Outlaws came back not that long ago for a short run. I'd like to see that with X-Pac. I'd really love to see Sean Waltman have one more run in the sun before he called it a day. And the last name on this list that I would personally add, Demolition. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are looking at me kind of funny, like, okay, you said no to Hulk Hogan, you said no to Vince McMahon. Why Demolition? They're not much younger than these two. And that's entirely because of Chikara. I've seen Demolition do work in Chikara as recently as 2013, I think. King of Trios 2012. And they still got it. They can still go out and work a really good match. So, you know, I'd like to see them have at least one more match on a big scale. Anyways, that does it for my opinions on this list. Down there in the comment section, let me know what you thought. Anyone you would have put on the list? Who would you have put higher? Who would you have put lower? Leave a comment, let me know. Don't be a dick about it, though. Don't be a dick about it. I'm all for debating, but the second you start calling other people names, I am not going to be happy. What the fuck am I doing with my hands? So down there in the description box, the crotch bars, I like to call it, as always, check out all those sexy links. Like McMillian Couch Productions' Facebook fan page, follow me on all the social media sites, subscribe to all the other channels down there, at least check them out, they're really cool. But that about does it for me. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. The Brandon Brownson, signing out.